It's the Maya Broadband Cloud Conference 2020. It is virtual, and it's a great pleasure to welcome Michael Langeveld, who's the Vice President of Huawei Cloud Africa region. Michael, how are you doing? Good to see you. Lockdown been treating you well?
Hey, Aki, thanks, man, and such a pleasure to talk to you again. Indeed, lockdown is quite interesting. Doing a lot of homework. I never thought I'd do this much homework with my children.
Yeah, I can imagine. Can you tell us a little bit about what makes the Huawei Cloud different from other products that are in the market? You guys have come into the market. You're very aggressive. How do you differentiate yourselves from, say, an AWS or a Microsoft Azure, for example?
Thanks, Aki. As you know, Huawei has invested significantly in our hyperscale services in South Africa. And our expansion started all the way back in November 2018 when we've opened up our first availability zone. And so as part of that investment, we continue to invest. Our focus is to provide technology that solves customers' immediate challenges while we focus on digital transformation, which is really the true north for us here at Huawei. This means that keeping the lights on are as important as helping our customers transform their services. Now, to answer your question directly, there are kind of four things that we think about that differentiates us in terms of our capability as we support our customers and our partners. And some of them are, Aki, if I can share with you. The first one is having an open ecosystem that harnesses all the way from the chip to the devices, as well as our cloud strategy. This means that of the 30 years that we've been doing technology and using innovation, we bring all of that all the way from infrastructure and devices, and we leverage it with this rich ecosystem that we've built across the globe, harnessing IoT, security, artificial intelligence, and applications that our partners build on top of our platform. So that's the first one, having an open ecosystem. But the second thing, Aki, that is very important in how we differentiate ourselves is by having a reliable and a secure data protection environment. This means that across innovating on the full stack that we probably provide in this country, we also share what we call a share security model. That means that Huawei Cloud provides reliable, secure cloud services, giving our customers 24/7 protection and peace of mind that the back end is governed by over 41 global compliance certificates that we have. The third element that differentiates us is around our diverse cloud architecture and the unparalleled performance that we at Huawei have produced. Now, our cloud services provides what we call full stack innovation to deliver optimal performance and highly cost-effective solutions. We provide the highest bare metal server specification in the industry today in public cloud, and our bare metal service offering is probably the best in performance, and where we see the best use case is where we reduce our big data storage costs by up to 30% for many of our big customers. Lastly, a significant thing that we do, Aki, is around artificial intelligence using our full stack capability. Now, Aki, that we don't only manufacture our own chips, but we also put them in our own servers and our own storage. And we took that capability to develop a unique chip called Ascend 910. This chip is twice the speed of the NVIDIA V100. And what that means is that we can take this capability and marry it up with our Model Arts technology, which is really democratizes artificial intelligence. And it won first place in the Stanford Dawn Bench machine learning exercise that we have. And so those are some of the things, Aki, certainly not an exhaustive list, but some of the things that differentiate us in the market today.
Gee, that's really interesting when you talk about the speeds that you guys have been able to achieve. Well, certainly the COVID-19 pandemic has changed everything, right? I mean, we're certainly living under very interesting times. The way we work, the way we live, how businesses are taking strain. I mean, the world has really, really changed. How has the Huawei Cloud assisted? Because I know that many services, many tasks have gone into the cloud, and there's telemedicine, there's all sorts of things happening up there right now. How have you guys gone through this, and where are you assisting with different services, in particular when you look at the cloud and the Huawei cloud?
Yeah, and I want to reflect on this COVID-19 situation before I share with you, how we've helped people. I think that, Aki, COVID-19 pandemic and the lockdown has effectively demobilized the global economy, right? And it's no different here in South Africa.
Mm.
Production has plunged. Unemployment is at critical levels. When you
Yeah.
look at GDP, it's shrinking, right? And the impact there, when you look at small businesses, is just a multiplier like we haven't seen ever, right? And even as we ease into this reopening stage of this crisis, the question still remains: what kind of economy will we be returning to, right? Many business processes we know will forever change, right? And it looks at the way we're communicating today as an example, Aki, right? Even as we are coming out of this lockdown phase.
Yeah.
And several conventions of the lockdown will now be part of our new normal, right? And so, I reflect on that and I look at some of the things we've certainly helped this government with, and I take my hat off for the amazing organization I work with in how quickly we responded to some of the needs early on. Now, let me reflect on what it is that we're doing during this time at Huawei. We've decided to focus on helping our customers overcome one of the major challenges, and that one, Aki, is cash flow, right? For any person running an organization, cash flow is king, and how we help them optimize this in the context of IT, because we can't be all things to all people either. And IT specifically when we look at cloud, from a cloud perspective. So today's model for mainstream hyperscalers, as an example, and enterprises and SMMEs is, if you go to any hyperscaler, you have to pay upfront for your commitment to use the cloud services, right?
Mm.
And then you consume these services that you signed up for. And if you don't use it, it's a use it or lose it model, right? And so it doesn't really speak well to the current situation that we're faced with. It certainly worked well in a pre-COVID world, but definitely not where we are today. So what have we done to help our customers? So we're offering our customers the benefit of a full-term contract, but also the opportunity to pay month to month using local currency, right? That we think is the little things that we can do to help them access services, but also manage that cash flow situation really, really nicely.
Mm.
For customers that are already using Cloud Aki, we want them to consume our services. And what we've done for them is, if they're currently consuming cloud services, Aki, we've introduced a new model where we can help reduce their cost by up to 30% today. So if you're spending anything on cloud, the majority of our customers, Aki, we've helped save their cost by up to 30%, right? And then, Aki, there's this special breed of customers that have now been forced to move into public cloud, but are not quite sure what to do. So for those customers, we've not only given them the use of our solution architects to help them define their use cases, but obviously we're also making the platform available at our cost to help them identify those use cases and prove value before moving to a paid-for service.
So it's quite and I'm sure that economic benefit is certainly going to help many small businesses. When you look at the offerings of the Huawei cloud services, I mean, I would imagine there are content delivery networks. You talk about storage, you talk about security solutions, cloud service, you name them. Can you give us an example of a case study? It's kind of topical to a solution, a company perhaps that's using the Huawei cloud.
Yeah, and Aki, you know that at Huawei, we have invested significantly in the future, right? Mm. One example of that is what we've done with 5G, right? I mean, you speak about 5G all the time, Aki, right? And cloud is no different. So when I reflect on how we've helped our customers and partners with traditional IT, we think about customers are used to us helping them with servers, storage, computing, that kind of stuff. And we've taken that and we've now wrapped it. And I'll give you some examples. Through a key partnership of ours with SUSE and SAP, we offer the most comprehensive certified SAP cloud platform in South Africa today. And this is to help our customers run their core systems with all the benefits of cloud computing at reduced cost, flexibility, and agility. Yeah. So that's one of the key initiatives we have here around SAP, because we've heard our customers loud and clear around those big investments and how they transform. want to give you 2 or 3 other examples, Aki. And government is close to my heart because certainly I believe in giving back. And so when I look at government as an example, we at Huawei, as you know, the government has chosen to use the Huawei platform in the government private cloud ecosystem. So it's all of government cloud is running on our capability. And we've decided to bring that capability and integrate it into the public cloud using a service we call OCR, Optical Character Recognition. And so what this allows government to do is accelerate their digitization processes where they have any paper-based process. By leveraging the service, they don't need to be developers. They can just call on an API call on the service and use the service to start digitizing any of their paper-based processes. You know, that's a big thing we've done for government. And then for our commercial customers and partners, we've partnered with the likes of Veeam, Veritas, Commvault, and even uLearning, who provides an online learning platform to accelerate some of those things that's happening. And then to top this off, Aki, you know that microservices are the new way of delivering services. So we've partnered and delivered some significant microservices. And lastly, Aki, I want to share with you that we've partnered with a local partner called Snowed. And Snowed are leaders in what we call cyber security, and they provide what we call a defense in-depth protection. And so they're leveraging our platform. They're able to provide our customers a cyber capability against the threat that we see happen today.
Gee, that is incredible stuff. Now, you talk about big businesses, you talk about government and everything, but at the end of the day, what really is making the economy turn are the small businesses. And I mean, you guys are one of the most successful companies on the continent when it comes to ICT and providing these kind of services. But what is Huawei doing for the small guys, those small businesses that really need to nurture into the massive businesses? What's your plan there?
Yeah, and small business is close to my heart, Aki, because my wife runs a dry cleaners and a bakery as well, right? So certainly can see the impact there. And really, yeah, at Huawei, Aki, we want to create equal opportunity for all, right? It's the heart of what we do here at Huawei. So we've looked at the market and we looked at small businesses from the angle of the SMB, both partners and customers, right? So I take 2 lenses when I look at small businesses, partners, and I look at customers, right? And we've observed and heard from small IT partners, as an example, that in this ecosystem, they have to pay to become a partner for many of the OEMs. Then they have to pay to attend training. And then lastly, they have to pay to go and write all these certification exams, right, which organizations look for. And just when they finished with that investment, the bigger players come along and snap up all their resources, right? So what we've done here at Huawei, Aki, is to help create equal opportunity for businesses. We've decided to make sure that we provide that at our cost. So at Huawei, for our partners, certainly don't have to pay to join the Huawei program, don't have to pay for training, and we certainly pick up that tab, and we even pay for certification to make sure that they get an equal opportunity, right? And then we've extended a similar offer to our customers, Aki, that need to get ready and invest in their own resources as they move to this cloud world, right? And so there we have a similar offer to what we do with our partners. Now, for customers, their bigger pain are in 2 areas, and one of them are cloud costs, right? The cloud costs have dramatically increased, right, for various reasons, and they need help to reduce this cost. And what we've done is we've developed a unique costing or savings model to see our customers reduce their spend, as I said earlier on, by up to 30%, right? And to this, if you engage with us and our solution architects, we can take our customers through this cost reduction model program that we have here in under a week, and we can show our customers how to reduce that with Huawei Cloud. The second tier are those customers that would like to start the cloud journey and just don't know when or how they're going to get there, right? Now, we've made a number of solution architects available to not only help them define the use cases for where they want to invest and make use of cloud services, but also where they want to do a proof of concept or proof of value. And for those customers, what we do is we make the platform available at our cost until the customer realizes value And once they've realized value, Aki, we then choose to move to a paid-for service or not.
Okay. Michael, in summarizing our discussion, you bump into me in the street and you tell me, listen, Aki, come over to the Huawei cloud. Why should I come to the Huawei cloud? What makes you guys stand out?
Yeah, and there are four things that's underpinned by trustworthiness, inclusivity, partnership, and affordability. There's four things that I'd like our listeners to take out of this, Aki. One is that Huawei is now in the borders of South Africa, and that means that issues there are no longer issues around data sovereignty, data residency, even data privacy. Right? That's the first thing. The second thing that I'd like people to realize is that Huawei has made both cloud funding and our solution architects available for you, our customers and partners, who want to perhaps do a proof of concept or proof of value, right? We believe in win-win partnerships, and to this end, we partner by not only providing resources, but also these architects that we make available to them. The third thing is for our government customers, that we now have a government framework agreement in place with CETA and Treasury to facilitate preferential procurement for government. And that's a key thing to help accelerate digital transformation in government. And the last thing is for our customers all up to realize, Aki, that engaging with us and going through this cost reduction framework, we can save you up to 30% of your cloud spend almost instantaneously.
Wow, interesting stuff. Compelling arguments there to choose, your products versus other stuff. I'm sure it's going to be a very interesting market. Michael Langeveld, the Vice President of Huawei Cloud Africa Region, thank you for joining us at the My Broadband Cloud Conference 2020.
Thank you very much, Aki, and good luck.